Nice truck, huh? 202,000 miles, you wouldn't believe it. It's for sale if you want it. Nah, I'm just kidding. Hey, welcome to the first episode of Josh's Car Corner in about a year. And the first question I'm sure you're gonna ask is, where have I been? Well, here's what happened. When I made the GTO video a year ago, I was using cameras that I was borrowing from a friend. And I thought I was gonna have access to those cameras for a while to make more and more videos. And well, what ended up happening? We lost touch and I never got to use the cameras again after that. And I wasn't making enough money back then to buy cameras for myself, but now I finally am. I bought myself 2 new cameras. I got myself a GoPro and the same camera I used to make the video last time, and I just got this wireless Bluetooth mic, so I will sound a lot better than I did the last time I was in the car for the GTO video. I have every intention of making a lot more videos. I plan on doing a lot of car reviews, and I plan on doing a lot of other videos and about different events and all the kind of different things that I do with cars, so be sure to stay tuned. Now, the first thing you might be wondering is, why am I standing next to my pickup? Well, it's because the GTO isn't here right now. It's kind of had it a little rough, as I'll show you right now. As you can see, it got in a little bit of a wreck. What happened was, I was with my brother and we were gonna go golfing, and I was coming up to a red light. The light turned green. There were cars in queue at the light. I slowed down because the cars weren't accelerating. About a second later, a lady in a minivan slammed into the back of me, shoved me underneath a Suburban, which crumpled the hood, wrecked the back end. The bumper was completely smashed. The crash bumper was pressed in. The frame did get bent. Frame got bent a little bit in the front and the upper radiator support. The front and nose clip got messed up enough that it was considered a total loss. In the end, there was about $10,000 in damage to the car. Right now it is at an awesome repair shop, and I did shoot some video here, and I'll show you that too, of where the car sits right now. They've gotten it all apart. They've been waiting to get parts in. They've had a hard time getting parts, especially the back bumper. Here's something you might not know. You cannot get GTO parts, at least cosmetic parts, from the dealers anymore. Back bumpers are completely gone, especially. The one that I got, he told me he ended up having to go to a Pontiac dealer in Illinois that had a bumper laying around. They were doing SAP body kits. It was a takeoff bumper off a brand new car, and that's the only way they had it. But they couldn't ship it. They didn't have a packing box, so they had to find some way of getting up there, and they said, well, you're gonna have to come down and pick it up. His painless dent removal guy lives in Peoria, Illinois. He had him run down to this dealership an hour south of Peoria, pick this thing up, and bring it up one day when he was gonna do paintless dent removal. So we did manage to get a factory GM rear bumper, a factory GM front bumper. Crash parts are gonna be replaced. The crash bumpers, the frame's gonna get straightened, and every little thing that was wrong with the car, ever since I bought it, is gonna be repaired. Something I didn't tell anybody when I made the first video. I bought the GTO, it was already repaired. It was a rebuilt with a rebuilt title from New Jersey. It had been fixed, but it was not fixed very well. There were a lot of problems with it. Some of you might have seen on one of the external shots from the first video when I had one of the cameras down on the door, you could see that the fender wasn't exactly straight. And I straightened that out last winter and made it a lot nicer, but it still wasn't perfect. That fender did have a lot of problems. I had to straighten it out and fix it. And the paint didn't match side to side. They repainted the left-hand side of the car, it didn't match. The passenger side was factory original, but it had all kinds of scratches and dings in it. That's all getting fixed. The only things that aren't going to get repainted are going to be the trunk and the roof. Those are going to stay the original color, and it will be blended in. Now, the guy assures me he can do that, and he's making up one giant batch of paint, and he's going to make sure it blends perfectly. So I'm really excited about that. Going to do a little changing of some badging on the rear just to dress it up a little bit and make it a little bit more Australian, but it's not going to be Holden badges, at least not like cat badges or HSV badges, but I think you'll like it. And I'm going to change the lower rear insert because that was all scratched up too even before the accident, and that's going to be painted, and then the GTO is going to be stood out in body color, so that stands out a lot nicer. Basically, the car will be absolutely mint when I'm done. And then we'll do a new test drive and a new restoration video, because I also made a lot of performance upgrades over the last year, and it sounds meaner and it's even faster. So I'm really looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to making new videos, and I'm looking forward to you guys watching them. So stay tuned, and they're going to be coming.